Hello, everybody. Spider here, coming soon podcast. Of course, once again, San Antonio, Texas, coming to you live. Being joined by Dirty Freaking Joe, and of course, I'm not making that up, man. That's what people know you by, bro.
Woohoo! Good, good. Let's keep it that way.
There you go, man. You know what, man? It's funny. I mean, when people call you by your real name, Joe Gonzalez, man. I mean, do you kind of like forget? Is that like a thing? Like you're so used to people calling you
No,
Dirty?
so actually, the weirder thing is my legal name is Juan Gonzalez, you know?
Yes.
So when they call me by that, I get irritated. I'm like, ugh, like, it's Dirty Freaking Joe! Or Joe.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, bro. Because for the longest time, like, I mean, I've been in the combat sports network here in Texas, man, and for years everybody's been calling me Spider. That's my nickname I
All
grabbed
right.
when I was doing jujitsu and
Yeah.
being involved with MMA and everything else. So it's like it was rare when I started jumping on films. Was it just literally like a year and a half ago, man? And I had to put my name up there because I was like, well, shit, I want people to know who I am, and it's just people calling me Mario. I'm like, oh shit, talking to me, like. I'd forget, man. So, and
Yeah, no, definitely.
it was one of those things where even my kids call me Spider. I mean, it's weird, bro, but I'll take it. But
That's
yeah,
good,
man.
yeah.
Of course, man. I mean, I am in Texas, brother. You say you're out there in Cali, bro, and temperature, man. You mentioned the temperature being what is it, like 130, 140?
It ain't into the hundreds, but fuck, it's hot. It's hot as balls, man. Don't that much.
And you see, like for us, I mean, Texas, man, it's been up and down. I know we're supposed to get like more rain this coming week, so I mean, we've been hitting like 95 with humidity, so it's like 105. Feels freaking
Yeah.
hot as hell, dude. But yeah, man, it's San Antonio, man. I mean, we don't get used to it, I mean, Texas, I was the mailman for 15 years, bro, and it's just,
Oh,
when I started working indoors and going outside, I was like, damn, man, I was out there. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
surreal.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
But man, but of course, bro, I mean, I have you on here for a few reasons, man, and one of them, of course, the plug-in, dude. I mean, some of the work that you've been involved in, and I mean, being a composer, which IMDb has you as, you're a musician, an actor, and a producer, bro. So how did you cross over? I mean, was it music that got you into film or vice versa?
I was always a musician at first, and then I know I did do my music video. My one of my first music videos ever. I did work with a director named Tim Bennett, who actually was at he was a stage roadie for a band that I was watching back in the days called Van Stone, which turns out the singer is actor Dave Sheridan. So that's how I first crossed into worlds about acting and then music at the same time. I'm like, this guy's an actor and a freaking musician, dude, like rock star, movie star. Like, so that is where I first noticed I can be, both. I can be in both worlds. So eventually, again, like maybe years later, Dave Sheridan had a meet and greet booth, and I just went to support him because he's my boy. Me and him go way back, and we're really good buddies. He's not, as many can see now. Anywhere Dave Sheridan's at, Felissa Rose is there, or when Felissa Rose there, you got Dave Sheridan there. So he introduced me to Felissa Rose. He was speaking really highly to her about me. Like I felt like I was a celebrity in this situation. I was like, holy shit, that's cool. So
Nice,
she
bro.
respected me a lot. And then I was following her on Instagram, and I seen her posting the Indiegogo. I've never heard of Indiegogo in my life. So they're like, "Oh, come act with me in this movie." I'm like, "Oh." So I reached out to her. I'm like, "Hey, I'm really thinking about trying this out." And of course, she's the sweetest person in the world, dude. So she was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you should definitely go for it." So I tried Indiegogo for the first time. It was a film called Demons Within. It was supposed to be filmed in Los Angeles, and it was a perk to film, act with Felissa. I bought that perk, but then long story short, uh, that project got handed over to somebody else, an original director, and then it moved all the way to Ohio. So then it didn't work with Felissa's schedule. So then I was like, they're like, "Do you still want to do it? Could you pay for the perk already?" I'm like, I told the world I'm going to be in my very first movie, so I'm like, I want to do it still. So unfortunately, I didn't get to work with Felissa on that one, but that's how I originally started getting into movies. Indiegogo, because I wanted to act with her. And um, long
Dude.
story short, I did that film, and you just got the acting bug. Like it was addicting, dude. It was like so addicting. So I started just looking into Indigo, like what other movies are around my area that I can probably try out that interests me. Of course, I'm not just jumping on any project. It got to be something I'm like catches my attention. And horror comedy seems to get my attention a lot.
Oh yeah. Man, and I don't blame you, man, because I mean I've done a few of the what the pay to play type, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
mostly voiceovers, man. I just figured in the beginning, I mean, having the podcast, I said, you know what, man, let me do something with my voice. I mean, I figured if anything, I do I do have this on Spotify as well. So I figured I would link that up through that, and then opportunities here locally started popping up for me to actually jump in film. As an extra.
Yeah, yeah,
I said, okay, no problem.
yeah,
As a gaffer and just doing a lot of behind the scenes work. But
yeah.
I agree with you on the addicting part, man. Because when I'm not filming, bro, I'm like, man, what's going on? I'm like, what projects are out
Yeah,
there?
after Demons Within, I discovered Area 5150 because
Yes.
again, like I was like, Felissa Rose was attached to that one. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, there's no perks really to film with her because that filming part was done. But I was like, I can just get on this one. At least I can say I'm in a film with Felissa Rose, right? And the director was Sean Heights. Never knew him in my life. I just wanted to get on the project because Felissa was there. It's a horror comedy, a sci-fi film. I'm like, let's just try this out. I did that. And sure enough, like Sean Heiss is a musician himself too, and like he's an actor director, and I respected him so much when I got on set. And then I met Ryan James, who's a producer as well. He's an actor and producer, but he's a very busy guy. And then that guy kept in touch with me as well after that movie, and that's where I got into producing, like becoming a producer. He invited me to be in a biopic of Kevin Smith called Shooting Clerks, and it was definitely a great honor because now I'm attached to a film with Kevin Smith, who I love so much, man. That guy is so great. And then they've invited me to the premiere in New Jersey at the Smod Castle too, where I got to meet Kevin Smith as well again. So I've like, a lot of people think doing Indiegogo's pay to play is just like it's a ripoff. You shouldn't be doing that. Yada yada. Like, I can't believe you're paying to get in. But you know what? I didn't go to acting school. I don't have time to audition for gigs and things like that. So this is like my guarantee way in. But you got to deliver. You got to deliver and pay your dues to make sure people want you back. Or again, like you say, you start coming on people's feeds and like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like, I'm paying my dues to get where I'm at. I know a lot of people work hard, studying acting and taking classes and lessons and auditioning, and then I'm just going to be there getting the easy way in. But at least I paid my dues and like I'm doing it right.
No, no, for sure, man. You see, and that's one of the things. Same with me. The beginning. I mean, like you mentioned earlier. I mean, it's got to be something that catches my attention. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan when it comes to horror comedy. So of course, anything that's gonna crack me up and show a little bit of gore. Why not? I'm
Yeah.
definitely a fan. But yeah, man, it's kind of surreal. I've jumped on quite a few. I mean, I've been on 2 trauma films because of it. Actually,
Yeah.
one was in Waco that we filmed with some of the guys out there, man. But Sweet Meats. I mean, among others that I figured, what, man, let me jump on there and at least start getting my name out there. I mean, not just,
Right.
in the beginning, it was just as a podcaster, of course, but, now that I'm jumping on films and actually, doing commercials and jumping on a few TV series, I was like, okay, well,
That's
let's see
badass.
where this goes, man. I'm having fun
Yeah.
and, but yeah, man, but of course, I mean, music, bro. I mean, I listen to your music, man. And I got to say, dude, I mean, maybe let me know if I'm wrong, but a lot of it sounds like early 80s, early 90s. I mean, when it comes to DRI, early, you know what I mean? And you're from Cali, I'm like, dude, I mean, what's your influence, bro, when it comes to music?
Influence, I mean, like again, metal, real punk, not Blink-182 punk, the real back in the days punk. Um, Thrash. It's a lot of 80s and like early 90s. Vocally, like the 2000s, like the new metal, like Mudvayne. I like his vocal screaming because you can understand what they're saying, but
Yeah,
it's still a little raspy and things like that. I'm not too big on the throughout the whole song. Like, I don't know what the hell you just said. It was, but yeah, I
like
mean,
you
I
bang
like
your head to it,
thrashy.
right?
I like fast pace. I like heavy and all that stuff. A lot of people tell me do a ballad song. I'm like, I'm not ready there. Maybe once I'm a lot older. I'm old now, but I want to be a lot older before I do a ballad. Like I just want to take it easy with that. But one of my big influences is Guar.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite bands, dude. I've seen them like live every year since 2005. But like, I love that they started off like punk and then they kind of transitioned to metal. But then even then they have their joke songs where like it sounds like pop, or a carnival song.
Oh
Just
yeah,
so
they have fun out there,
so
man.
so I always tell everybody, like when I write a song, it's never really going to be the same. Sometimes some say this one sounds more metal, this one sounds more punk, this one sounds, just like rock and roll. Like this one sounds like Motorhead, this one sounds like Misfits. Like so, it's always something different. So I like to play stuff that I've like listened to growing up and just kind of bring that vibe back because music today is not quite the same. It's like either everybody wants to be like somebody else, and then they imitate the same gimmicks, or imitate the same sound, or it's just not my cup of tea, honestly, right now. Like, but I love the old school Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Misfits. So I try to
Right.
bring that sound in a way back into my genre of music. And yeah, doing movies is a great opportunity for my music too, because I can always plug in my music in there as well. Sometimes there's perks to put your music in, or sometimes I'll be on set like for that movie Area 5150. Sean Heights told me to play myself. I'm a rocker. that was like a diehard Sci-Fi Sam podcast fan. That's why I had my guitar on set, and I created literally like my hook on set, like on the way to set. I was like, hey, let me try this out. I'm gonna say I have the Sci-Fi Sam theme song for him. You know, I'm like sci-fi, alien, extraterrestrial, and then like everybody loved it on set. I was like, oh crap, it's so great. So like once we finished our shoot, you can just hear them in the background like they were like they
Oh
really
yeah,
enjoyed it. So.
exactly, bro. I mean, it had me going. You know, when I first listened to it, I was like, damn, that's like a. It kind of reminded me of a commercial type theme where it just hooked you, man. It just got you in there, and
Yeah.
you just couldn't just go with it, man. But
For that, I got inspired by Wayne's World, dude. Like Wayne's World, party time, excellent. So I was like, how can I hook a sci-fi into this? So I put those words into it. Like, I asked when I played that song after the set, the guys were just talking to me like, that was so great, that was so cool that you put that on the spot. They're like, you think you can write a whole song? Like they were just messing around. Like, you think you could do a song? I'm like, hell yeah, I can, dude. So I took it as a challenge, you know. So I wrote the song, and I'm like, I didn't have the script, so I didn't know fully what the movie was about. And besides, you know, the synopsis that they have up there on there. And then so I was watching their teaser trailer, and then any little word I caught on there, I'm like, I'm just gonna write about that. So I literally wrote a whole song based on a trailer, you know. And then, sure enough, I delivered it to them, and they loved it. And then, since they loved it, I was like, "Hey, dude, would you mind if I make a music video out of this? And then you guys can even make cameos in this thing, you know?" So, and they said, "Yeah, dude." So, I have Sean Heights, the director. He made a cameo into it. Ryan James made a cameo into it. He's a producer of Area 50. Well, actually, they're both in Area 5150 as well. So that's how my Sci-Fi Sam video came about. And then the funny thing was that when I was scouting locations for my video set, I typed in sci-fi locations, and then I found that room that I had. I booked it, and then I was like, well, let me see what their alien looks like in the movie, you know. So then I was scrolling through their page, and then I was just scrolling. I found the alien. I'm like, oh, there we go. That's pretty badass. But I don't want to imitate theirs. I want to do my own thing, you know. So it's inspired by that film. Then I look at their background in the movie, and then they had the exact same set that I booked. I was like, holy shit, no fucking way, dude. So then I reached out to Sean, like, hey, dude, is this the same location? I sent him the address. I don't want to reveal it to everybody, but
No,
I was like,
yes.
is this the same location that you guys shot the movie? He's like, oh, yeah, it is. I'm like, holy crap, dude. So it even worked out for his favor, because I told him, like, well, while you're on set to do my movie, if you want some more B footage and, you know, for your film, you're here and feel free to use it. You don't have to pay anything anymore. You're here already, you know? So
Right.
it worked out. And that's the cool thing about it. That's why I really respect a lot of filmmakers that really respect their you know, actors or anyone that's helping. I'm just like, to me, I was like a nobody, and then these guys still like take me under their wings, take me to their premieres. You know, like they allow me to make a video for their songs and things like that. Like, because I needed to go big or go home, dude. Because I didn't want to look bad. You know, it's like I'm making a movie for. I'm making a music video for a movie now, so
Yeah.
I don't want to make them look bad, dude. So it's been a crazy journey, dude. But I'm telling you, like, it's been a great one, though. I have no regrets right now. You know, like it's
No,
just
no, not at all, man. You see, and that's kind of one of the things I always tell people, man, because when it comes to the indie world, it's a lot of it, it's just like pure talent, dude. It's like stuff that, I mean, where a lot of, corporations, when it comes to high end, the bigger promotions or productions, man, they say, no, you can't do this. Oh yeah, you can't say that, or you can't wear this. And with indie, it's like, dude, anything goes, and it's pure. It's like the fact that you were able to actually, I mean, was it? Would you call it an improv, like that song? Because you actually
yeah,
came with it, dude. I mean, so that was pretty
yeah.
freaking badass, bro. I mean, shit, that was
Improv,
good.
dude. And I mean, like I said, like I've done many movies now through the Indiegogos, and then some people started reaching out to me like, "Hey, can you do remote role?" You know, they're starting to do like no charge, no charge, because I started getting that respect, you know. So
Yeah,
again, I'll do some pay to plays, but I'm really limiting it right now. Like I've been so busy, I'm trying to take some time off. Like last year, I got off social media for like half a year because I just needed a break. You know, I needed a break to take care of myself and all that stuff. I'm back online now, obviously. I'm back, you know, doing my projects. But like this year, I'm really just focused on this project right now. I'm not traveling anywhere. There's just been so many plane crashes in 2025,
oh
dude.
yeah,
Since
bro,
January started, I'm like, that's like
scary,
a
man.
red flag. I'm like,
Yeah,
no. And then Final Destination just came out. I'm like, no freaking way. So I'm
man. Let
like, yeah,
me.
I'm kind of
Oh no, no, I
go
was
good.
gonna say I got the horror scene just jumped on, man, and of course. The guys are always supporting, bro. So of course, for those that are watching, man, give them a follow, dude. The guys are on Facebook and
Woo.
Instagram, and they support everybody like us, dude. When it comes to the indie world, dude. So, but yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You see, let me ask you, man, because the project you have now, I mean, you actually have an Indiegogo as well, right? So I mean,
yeah. First
it's
time
kind
ever
of,
I'm doing this.
yeah.
This
No,
is
no,
my
I
first
saw it.
time. What's up?
No, because I had seen that and I said, okay,
Oh
man, I
yeah,
said that's pretty cool, man. I mean, and it's like you said, it is a perfect opportunity. I mean, it's even good for people that might not even want to be actors or might not even, you know what I mean? They just want to be in it and be like, okay, well, you know what? I was in this video or I was in this film, and it's just
yeah.
it's cool, you know. So, I mean, you
That's what I
support it,
tell
you fund
people all the time too. Like, you don't have to be like the greatest actor. It's just like, because me, I can remember as a kid, maybe like a teen, I guess, maybe in my teens, like I would go to like Hollywood during Halloween, and then the newscast was there, and I'm in the background, So then I run home to go see it. Like, I'm like, did I make it to the episode? And then as soon as you see, you're like, holy shit, that's me right there, dude. Like, I'm in the background, just not even getting interviewed, but like you get excited to see yourself in the TV or on the big screen, wherever it's gonna be. But you get excited for those kind of things. That's why, like in my Indiegogo, I have perks where you can get seen in there. Like I'm gonna have the missing flyer photos where you can see yourself on a missing flyer, and then we actually give it to you after the end of the shoot. We'll mail it out to you so you guys can actually own a prop of the film.
which is perfect, man. I love that.
Yeah. So we have many ways to people get involved. The way I do my projects, like all my music videos I've done, I really only keep friends and families involved. This is the first time I actually did the Indiegogo, where now it's technically kind of open to the public, but I did limit the perks to be on set, because I don't want too many people I don't know. But surprisingly, and thank God, it's people that I do know or that I know of, So most of them are friends, most of them are family, and then I got at least 3 to 4 people that um, purchased a perk to be on set to get killed by me or get killed by Lee Waddell, one of the mutants.
Jeez,
And those
bro.
people I don't personally know on a personal level, but I've heard so much about them, and I know, I've gotten like good references from people.
Yeah.
Nicole Butler Vegas, she's a really good buddy of mine. She's really great at her job. She's great at what she does. So anyone she says she can vouch for, I'm like, all right, you're good in my book. And then same thing with Joe Castro. Like Joe Castro, he says, oh, I know that guy. I'm like, all right, then thank God, we got a good one. So far, my cast and crew for this project is like amazing, dude. Like we got Lee Waddell in there, we got Brett Wagner, we got Joe Castro, Sean Hyde, Ryan. I'm not sure if Ryan James is in it yet, but he wants to be in it. But he's a busy guy. But we got Miss Sadistic. I got like vloggers from here too, like people that actually takes their time and helps me out throughout the process, or even before I even start a project. Those are the kind of people I respect, and I'm like, you know what, you've helped me out a lot. I want you a part of this video. It's like you've helped me before, now I want to help you get out there as well. Like Adventures with David, he has a vlogging show, and he's always on there, and he's always like kind of plugging me and things like that. So I got him involved. Real Family Adventures, that's another vlogger here in California. I got them involved into this. But yeah, there's a lot of people. Like I always tell people, these projects is not all about me. I'm trying to help everybody else out.
Yeah.
So anyone that helps me, I'm helping them. We're going to grow together. Mutant City Horror, I'm not sure if you heard of that podcast, but he's been helping me out a lot, putting me on his podcast shows. Whenever I had events for the Sci-Fi Sam screenings, he would do he would film for me and edit a video for me, and like free of charge. I'm like, dude, come on, I got to give you something,
Yeah,
I was
that's nice, bro.
I respect that kind of stuff. I'm not one to just take advantage of people like, oh yeah, they're gonna do stuff for me for free. I'm like, no, like I'm gonna try to offer you something back. So I told him like, you're gonna get a spot in this video too. Like I'm gonna make sure we get your face out there. Things like that. I think his podcast originally was like audio only, but I'm like, when he asked me to do his interview, I'm like, no, how about I just drive to you and I want a video interview so they know who you are, not just who I am. Like,
No,
I
yeah. You
want.
see, I will say this though, man, because when I first started the podcast, it was actually all combat sports, man. I still run the Fight Car podcast, but it was just audio, and I figured, well, you know what, I didn't want to be on camera because my thing was like, this is about you guys, this is about my guests. People started messaging like, hey, well, who are you talking to? We can't see him, and I'm like, well, you know what? So I started doing the camera on them. And
Yeah.
then before you knew it, people were like, well, who are they talking to, man? We can't see you. And I'm like, bro, like, so I was like, you know what? Let me jump on there, bro. And it just makes sense because, of course, they don't want you talking to a wall or talking to nobody, man. But yeah, but it kind of worked out, But I mean, I definitely understand, like, when it comes to media, because a lot of times we're behind the camera. We don't think about us, doing combat sports for years, man. Like I used to tell the other media guys, like, hey, bro, if you get a chance, dude, take a picture of me working and I'll return the favor. And so we kind of
Yeah.
started doing that within our own circle because, people are like, oh, man, what did you do? And I'm like, oh, dude, I was, covered the UFC fight, or I covered Bellator, Strike Force. And they're like, well, we didn't see you. And I'm like, well, I'm taking pictures, bro. Like, I mean, like it was one of those things where, you don't think about it, but after a while, I was like, yeah, man, I need pictures with the fighters and just in general, you know. So
Yeah.
it was cool, you know. I love it.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
there's people that are, they're just too shy and they don't want to be seen, but I try to force them out of that. I try to get them out of that little area. Like Miguel Leo, he doesn't like, being on camera. I'm like, nah, dude, we're going to get you on camera one day here. I'll give you a remote role or something, But yeah, even when I was on the Desert Fiends shoot for Desert Fiends 1, I was on set and they had another guy named Don Vick. He had a Don Vick show. He was interviewing everybody, like the cast and crew. Whenever they weren't filming, he would film people. And then, obviously you see this line of people, everybody wants their time to shine and you start getting interviewed. So when I got interviewed by him, I grabbed this mic. I'm like, nah, I guess, well, we're going to interview you, Don.
Nice,
I didn't know
bro.
who the guy was,
Nice.
dude, but I was like, it's like, we want to know who Don Vick is. I'm like, here you go. He's like, he was surprised. He's like, damn, you just stole my show. No one's ever done this before in my life. I'm like, so, but seeing that reaction in his face, it kind of warmed my heart. I'm like, dude, like, that's awesome, dude. Like, I'm a very humble guy. I'm not in this just for me. I'm not even about this for me. I just love entertaining. Like the whole word influencer, I hate it if somebody ever called me an influencer. I am not an influencer, dude. I'm an entertainer. So I love entertaining people. That's all I want to do. I love having fun. I'm not doing this to become, fucking Keanu Reeves famous and all that kind of stuff. I'm just doing it because I'm having fun. It's something I got talent for. Why not? Let's just do it. Let's do it. So let's just have fun doing it together. So if I can get people involved and do it with them, like let me have them have a good time too. Like I want to make sure everybody on set's having fun and just not being used and abused,
No, for sure, man. Because a lot of times, I mean, just like what you mentioned, it being addicting, like being behind being somewhere, being in the shoot. I do a lot of BTS, so when the local, directors, they allow me to go out there and take photos, dude. I love it, bro, because I'm learning. I'm a student, man. I'm watching people work, and I'm seeing how they're moving and how they're reacting and how the cameras, and like the angles, and I'm like, dude, like, okay, you know what, like, I'm not a professional photographer, but I do have a good eye when it comes to the lens. So it's like watching other people work. I'm like, okay, you know what? I see what they're doing, and it's just it's helping me, So if I'm being in front of the camera, I know what to look out for, So it kind of works both ways. But I enjoy it, man. And I mean, projects, bro. I mean, you said you have your project coming up, and that's going to be for the music video, right?
Yeah, it's actually a music video, but it's going to also be like a short film as well, kind of like Thriller, how it has a little dialogue in the beginning, then it builds into a music video. So the reason behind that is with this last music video that I had, Sci-Fi Sam, I submitted it to the film festival circuit. Oh, shit, it blew up like crazy, dude. Like, I was in Days of the Dead. I think I was at Atlanta, Chicago, Indianapolis. I was on all of them, and they have this trophy called the Deadhead. I'm like, that shit looks badass, dude, and I want one so bad. So I got super excited. They announced, the winner of the best music video was Dirty Freakin' Joe. I'm like, fuck yeah! I go up on stage and they gave me a certificate. I'm like, where's my Deadhead? They're like, oh, this here doesn't qualify for a Deadhead. You need to have a short film and up. I'm like, fuck. All right. So then I guess I submitted it again, and they actually they didn't have enough music videos for the next film festival in Days of the Dead. They didn't have enough submitted for music videos, so they actually jumped me into a tier called micro shorts. So I was like, holy shit, like I'm the only music video going up against all these micro short films now. And I won that fucking thing too. I'm like, they're like, winner of the best micro short, Dirty Freakin' Joe. I'm like, damn, my music video like just whooped these shorts, micro shorts. So I'm like, give me my Deadhead. And they're like, this tier doesn't qualify for the Deadhead either. It has to be a short film, not a micro short. I'm like,
you're killing me, man.
So now I'm like, my goal is to come back to Days of the Dead and get a damn Deadhead. So I'm trying to make a short film so I can get a damn Deadhead, so. And I know I succeeded in making a music video. So I'm like, let me go do a next step, a short film, if anything. Because a lot of people told me after the music video, like, dude, it's time for the Dirty Freakin' Joe movie feature film. I'm like, ooh, I can't jump the gun that far. Let me do baby steps, like go from music videos to short film. Then I can do a feature film eventually. I want to see if I can succeed with a short film first. So as you guys can see, this is my little trophy section right here. I won like lots of trophies for the Sci-Fi Sam music video. So I'm very proud of that, So again, I'm always a musician first, musician at heart. I'm not trying to be the biggest movie star. That's why I love doing my music videos, because I've actually won something for myself. Jumping on other people's movies, it's not 100% benefiting me. The director's going to get the credit, or the main actors are going to get all the credit. Like I'm just helping them fund the movie, and I get a little 15 minutes of fame, or maybe even less, But for Desert Fiends, I did make it on the UK cover magazine too. So my mutant character was on the cover of a UK magazine called Starburst. So that was pretty cool. I got some exposure off that. But again, like all these other movies I've been on, like I've been on like, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 movies. Like I haven't won any awards from that or nothing like that, or I'm not getting much spotlight from that. But my music video, that did a lot for me. That got me into Days of the Dead, you know. So that's why I really take passion and a lot of pride in this music video I'm going to do next, called Mutant Fiends. We have the Indiegogo for that, and we already raised about 3K for that. You know, like in the last video I shot myself, well, I funded myself. That was about 6K. You know, so 6K just on my own. So this time I'm doing a short film with a little bit more bigger actors as well. So I'm expecting it to be at least maybe 10. So I'm not just using Indiegogo to fund the whole thing. No, obviously not. But I'm still funding out of my own pockets. But I'm just using this Indiegogo to give me a little extra, you know, help me out here.
Off in the blow,
you know,
man.
so, and I appreciate any little thing. Like I tell everybody, you know, even just donating $10, or just like, you know, there's the first perk is like a special thank you perk, you know, and every perk's gonna have a Indiegogo credit, so you get something back out of it. There's no perk that's not gonna get you anything back, you know. So we got signed scripts, we got handwritten lyrics. So it's like it's gonna remind me of doing standards back in the days when you're in school in trouble. So I'm like, I gotta write my lyrics over and over by hand. So I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears in this for you guys, you know. You know, and then they get an exclusive guitar pick with that too. So there's lots of perks on there. You know, there's still some perks to get on set, to get bloodied up as well. But yeah, it's going to be the video is about pretty much I'm going to be going there to shoot another music video. And then there's another group of friends that are coming to the festival to, you know, just enjoy the festival and watch this band called the Cosmic Jetties. And then the Mutant Fiends come out and just start terrorizing the event, you know. So they're going to be like smashing tables, kicking stuff around, killing everybody. People's gonna get bloodied up, so it's gonna be really awesome, you know.
Nice.
So if anyone's interested in that, join Mutant Fiends. You know, come on board. We'll have remote roles that'll play in the beginning credits or in the ending credits. You know, just to clarify. Everyone keeps asking me, where, you know, how does that work? I'm like, yeah, it'll be in the intro credits. I'll send you guys lines that you can use, and you can improv, but it has to be based on what I'm letting you know, the topics and subjects. So. But yeah, really excited about this one. I'm like nervous, but it's like 2 months away, I believe. And we shoot August 5th here in California, in Santa Ana, California. But yeah, I'm super excited because I get to work with my friends again. You know, I get to work with my friends, family, celebrities that I consider friends. You know, so yeah, I'm just like super excited, and I wish everybody would. I wish I could have everybody on set. You know, but obviously, you know, we can't have everybody. So. But yeah, I mean, I do need everyone's help as much as possible, you know, make this goal happen. You know, I know a lot of people are waiting for me to just say, hey, you want to come here for free? I'm like, I can't do, like, there's people paying to get in here, you know, like I just can't give free rides to everybody. You know, I there's a lot of people who tell me like, yeah, whatever you need, I got you. I'm like, okay, I need your help now. They're like, oh, like 150. I'm like, yeah, they just leave me on red.
Oh, it happens, bro. You know, and then that's the thing. I mean, when it comes to starting something, I mean, of course, you know, a lot of times people do stuff for free, and then it comes back and bites you in the butt, dude, because you know people expect that, and it's like, you know, you know, it's gonna cost you money. I mean, you're still paying out of pocket. You know, it's not something that's just gonna fall in your lap, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get rich. You know, this is everything's going towards the video, and you know, getting all these actors to jump in there because you do have some big names on there, man. And I mean, I can't wait, bro. I will say this, man, for those that haven't seen your videos, because they're freaking excellent, dude. I fucking love them. I mean, of course, they go to YouTube channel, they can check them out, right?
Yep. Thank you. Yep. It's on YouTube. If you're on my Instagram on dirty_joe87, I have one of those link trees that just literally will have all my links to all the music videos, even though my very first one under the band Dirty Suicide, which I don't really brag too much and, you know, exploit it, but if you find it, you find it. That's how I tell everybody. It's literally there. You guys got to do the work, man. Just click and find it, you know, but I'm not the one. I'm not trying to promote my old stuff, but it is good. It is good. I love it, but it's just, you know, I'm, you know, out with the old, in with the new. I'm Dirty Freakin' Joe now. So solo artist. I write the songs by myself. I do the guitar. I do the bass. I do the vocals. I write the drums, but I hire a drummer to perform the drums. And then, of course, this guy Matt Gary, that guy's a beast on drums, dude. I'll tell him do this way, and he'll like fucking throw all these extra fills in there. I'm like, yes, exactly like that, dude. You know, like. So he's very impressive. I'm really glad I met him too. So like, yeah, when I had my band, it was cool, but it's just being in a band when you're growing up out of high school, like people start families, you know. So then like not everyone's available for rehearsals, or if I found a show I really want to play at this concert, they're like, oh, I'm not available that day. So it was hard just to get everybody together. So then we all went on hiatus for a while. My drummer started having kids, and you know, My bassist had to go to college, and I was just like, I was giving them their time. I wasn't gonna hold them down for me,
Right.
so I had to give them time off. I went on hiatus, and then I got bored. I couldn't stop, so I went solo. So go to a
Hey,
studio, record everything on your own, and just put it all together. Obviously, I can't play a concert by myself, so that's why I do the music video, so they can still I'm still performing. So
right.
like the Sci-Fi Sam video, I'm dressed in one outfit on the bass, and then I'm dressed like a different outfit when I'm doing guitar. So it's like two different people, but it's still me.
Yeah.
So
No, and I
but
was wondering about that because I didn't catch the swap from guitar to bass, man. But I was like, okay, he's just changing outfit, bro. But that's what it is, right? Two of you,
yeah,
man.
I was changing outfits on set. I was like, oh, we gotta do the bass part again. I'm like, fuck, I gotta change outfits, and then like, because then I think when I turn into an alien in that video, I'm back into the guitar, so I would have to go back to out with different wardrobes back and forth so much. I was like, oh, it's harder once you have the mask on. Because the mask I had, I've never worn a mask like that before in my life. So I have like eyes right here, but the holes are in the bottom. So like, I'm looking at the camera this way. They're like, put your head down. I can't see your eyes. I'm looking right at you. They're like, no, your eyes are up here. I'm like, oh shit. So then I gotta like look. So in order for my mask to look forward, I have to be looking
Yeah.
down. So now I can't even see what I'm doing, and it was very hard. But we made it happen. That's the things you learn behind the scenes. So I love that I got into the showbiz, and I love that I got to meet all these people. I learned how to, film stuff. You just learn a lot, dude. And like everybody loves movies growing up. Until
Oh
this
yeah.
day, you love movies. So then once you're there behind the scenes, seeing how these things are made, it's like, wow, that's how this happens. This is what it takes. Like it's just cool watching all that. So that's what I loved about doing all these movies.
Oh yeah, bro. Because the biggest thing for me was, I mean, of course, jumping on indie films, and the term, wearing different hats always gets thrown
Yeah,
around because, I mean, you literally are doing different jobs, and I'm always jumping in, helping with the as a gaffer, the boomstick or lighting or whatever,
yeah,
bro. Like I'm game. Like I'm like, dude, if I'm done with the scene, I'm like, you need me, and they're like, yeah, man, grab that light, and I'm like,
yeah.
cool, man, like, let's do
I
it. But when
respect that. I
yeah, I mean,
respect that,
but
dude.
that's one of those things like you mentioned earlier, like paying your dues, doing work, man, because not all of us can just fall on it and be like, okay, yeah, I'm a celebrity, I'm freaking making millions, or I know
Yeah,
somebody
right.
get me in there and all that great stuff. But I will say this though, man, like jumping on a big production or TV series, right? I mean, it was a bigger production, and them having like what was it like 15 people just working, and I'm like, crap, dude, and we did this beer commercial. I can't even say the name, but I mean, they had like they were, hey, we got to move the pool table, and so out of instinct, I get up and I start pushing it, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm helping with the table." And he's like, "Nah, man, you're an actor, bro. You go sit down. We got people for that." And I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Dude, like, I kind of feel stupid," but I was like, "Okay, yeah, they do have
Yeah,
people. There were like 15 people there," but I was like, "Hey, man, I'll get my hands dirty. I don't mind." But yeah,
yeah,
man.
and
But
that's
I mean,
one thing. Like, I'll go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, like you mentioned earlier too, man. I mean, it's just like getting to work with everybody. It's like a little mini reunion. Get to meet
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friends and work with your friends, and yeah, I know what you mean by that, bro. So definitely, you miss it, man. Once there's nothing going on, you're like, damn, where's
Yeah,
that?
like I haven't seen some of these people in a long time. Like again, I went on hiatus from social media. I was living in my car for a good 2 3 months at one point. And then there's only certain people that reach out to you, and some of these were the big celebrities. I'm like, man, like that's what means a lot to me, which is why I bring these people back. Like Brett
Yeah,
Wagner would check up on me if he knows I'm going through a hard time. He'll check up on me. Lee
yeah,
Waddell, he reaches out. So I have Joe Castro too. He's like, I'm lighting a candle for you, brother, and like, I'm like, I appreciate those type of things. Like it's not just being a business acquaintance, like we actually check up on each other's, and I appreciate that. So those are the people that I always want back. I don't care, if I got to pay them to be back. I just want to be around them. Like that's a good company, and obviously, like you get your money's worth for these guys too. Like I'm not just trying to get actors to make my video more popular. Like, oh, if I get this guy, and I'm gonna be more famous because people love this guy. I'm not trying to go get David Howard Thornton in my video. I don't know the guy, so I don't want to have him in there. Would I love it? Yeah, but I want to make sure I had a bond with him first. Like this is
right.
my video. I want to just share with my friends and people that I know. So I'm not just trying to hire celebrities in here. I'm actually just bringing people that I get along with, and I know deserves to be on this camera. So yeah, that's why I have these guys on my project.
No, for sure, man. I mean, one of the things that I always bring up is I tell people because in the beginning, like when I started the podcast, man, I started reaching out to directors, and I started getting a few. There was a few more locals that started popping up, but you know, everybody already has their circle, man. And at the
Yeah,
beginning, I was kind of like, damn, dude, like they don't give anybody else an opportunity. But I realized that it's like, man, they have those people there because they're reliable. Those
yeah,
are the people that show up, that help out, that, and so it's like, yeah, you know, you do have to kind of break that wall to get into a group. And even now, like those
yeah,
locals that invite me and hey, man, you want to come by? And I'm like, yeah, bro, because I mean, for one thing, it kind of makes me happy that they allow me to be there because they could easily just be shooting and not tell nobody, you know, just tell their group. And
yeah,
so, but yeah, man, things like that. I mean, it makes sense, you know, definitely, like you said, have people that you vibe with that are cool, that you know, like, hey, you know what, they're not just gonna come in and get the money and take off and not produce.
yeah,
You know, they're gonna definitely bring it and like you doing that, you know, myself, you know, doing that pay to play, man. I mean, you definitely want to go out there and show out because you don't want to be dumb and not put anything great, you know. So
yeah.
take a little pride in it, man.
Yeah, once again, it's like the quote from Kevin Smith. It's like it's all about making films with your friends and things like that. And then it's just it's crazy, dude. Like I try to have it like like Adam Sandler's films have the same crew and same actors in every movie. That's how I feel like I'm trying to do it too. I started off with just friends and families, and then as you started meeting new people and they become new families, then you add them to the next one, but you still have the old crew too. Like my brother has been in every music video of mine. I've always brought him back, and so he's always a reoccurring character. Like my mom, I actually had my mom in my music videos,
Oh,
and she's
nice,
making
bro.
reoccurring characters. And then I had my wife in my videos too. So again, this last Sci-Fi Sam, this is the first time I had that vlogger David on there, and I've respected him so much that I'm going to bring him back too. So, like you said, like everyone's like it's always the same people. There's no opportunities. I'm like, well, after the video, let's see what happens and who comes into my life and actually helps me out and who's actually there for me.
Yeah.
And then that's going to build you a rapport to possibly be in my next video. So I'm not going to just have only the same people in every video, but they will be there. But I will be adding more additions to it as I keep going and progressing. So
Oh
like
yeah, man. I think somebody had posted something earlier about you know, them not bringing just anybody on a project if they're not going to be sharing it. And I
right,
was
yeah,
thinking, that's
exactly,
true,
yeah,
man. You have to, man. You know, that's what it's about, dude. I mean, we got to grow. So it's like, I mean, that's what like the horror scene, dude. I mean, that guy does a great job promoting everybody, and it's like, bro, like the least you can do is share his stuff or hit the like or drop a heart or drop a comment or you know
yeah.
whatever, you know. But
Anything helps, dude.
yeah, no,
Like I
no, for
have a
sure.
few friends who are telling me like they really, really would love to help me out, but they're on like financial struggles right now. I'm like, well, dude, all I need you to do is share. I don't need your money like right now. Just share it. That's enough for me. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's crazy. A lot of people just want that free handout. They're like, oh, I know that guy. He's gonna have me in there. I'm like, no, dude, I'm struggling myself, dude.
bro,
Like,
where have you been the
I'm
past 3 months, man? You're like, shoot, you haven't been around, you know. It's like people
yeah,
don't.
nobody knows the struggles that we go through all this process. They just see the fame part because I'm only posting like, oh, Brett's here. Oh, I'm at the Chinese theater. Oh, I'm here. Like they're seeing the success and the fun part, but they don't. I'm not gonna post that I'm sleeping in my car. I'm not gonna post that I'm eating ramen noodles every day, like, or I'm living off freaking beef jerky and stuff like that. I don't post that stuff, but nobody knows what we have to go through to get where we're at. You know, everybody just sees the big good stuff. So
No,
it's not for everybody. It's a really tough business. It's like if you're using show business to be like your main income, then
oh man, forget
more
it.
power to you and good luck. But it is fucking tough, and you don't get much sleep. If you love sleep, this is not the business for you either.
Yeah, bro, and I agree, man. I mean that beer commercial the other day, it was like a 12-hour shoot, bro.
Yeah,
It's like, I mean, I'm there and I'm thinking like, dude, how many times do they got up? But it was just like, all right, switch. Let me get you two. Y'all both jump in. Y'all get out. Okay, boom. They shoot. You know. Okay, switch. And I'm like, ah, damn. Like it was an all day thing, but it's like, I mean, after 8 hours, like a group of four took off, and you know the producers like, hey man, y'all gonna stuff it out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm already here, man. Like I'll stay. He's like,
yeah, yeah.
all right, and you know, but opportunity, man, because we get more
Yeah.
video time, you know.
It's like
So
they
it's like,
even tell you call times at 11, and you don't even start filming until 4 p.m. You were there
yeah,
like I just waited like hours here and shit. Like. But that's the time where you just kind of meet people while you're there,
yeah,
just
dude,
busy,
exactly.
learn what's
I
going
always
on.
tell people it's like a mixer, man. Make
Yeah,
friends, dude. Follow people. I'm always like, hey,
yeah,
if you follow me, I'll follow you back. Like, you know, what do you do with projects? And I'm, you know, I mean, I told everybody I'm a podcaster, so I love talking, man. So I'm like, hey, you know
yeah,
what? Like, we'll just start, you know, as far as like in Austin, I think there was like three guys from like Fort Worth, one from Houston. I mean, just from all over Texas, man. But I was just like, damn. I said,
yeah,
okay, well, I don't feel too bad. I drove like an hour and a half. Everybody else drove like 3-4 hours, you know. So I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, wait, you know, but yeah, man. But of course, I mean, when it comes to being an artist, bro, because of course you mentioned, being an entertainer. I mean, when you get out there and you perform, when you sing, I mean, you use your whole body. I mean, it's not just you saying the lyrics, but it's actually bringing
Yeah,
those out and letting people connect and feel
yeah.
feel what you're going through, man. So how did that kind of come into play, like you being, jumping into acting?
Jumping into acting, well, again, I guess it really comes about the music videos, you know. So doing music videos is where got me into acting. That's my first ever acting, and like I didn't have the experience into it, but then you have your directors who guides you while you're doing your scenes and all that stuff too. So I had a really good director, Timothy Bennett. Like I mentioned, he was the roadie for that band Van Stone with Dave Sheridan. I followed them so much that they recognized me every time I was going to their shows, and I would buy them drinks after the shows. And they invited me because they were doing like a documentary of the band, and they were doing little skits. So they're like, "Here, yeah, you can be like," they would do a dojo scene where they're doing some karate but rock version, so they call it rock hottie.
Yeah.
So I'm in the dojo in the whole white suit and everything in the background, just trying to do some kicks and punches. So like they kind of directed me on what to do. So then like, it's very hard working with Dave Sheridan because like anything that guy says is hilarious. So
Yeah.
if you break character and start laughing in the middle of your scene, like fuck, we got to restart everything. But like it's so freaking hard. That guy's funny as hell. But yeah, that's how I got into the acting. Like just pretty much Dave Sheridan inspired me a lot, dude. Like I seen how fun it was to do it when I was just helping him do some, back extras or background work with him. And then um since I knew the guys, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm in a band too. Like, can you guys help me make me a music video? So the director Tim Bennett, he's like, yeah, I can do that for you. So I just paid him a few bucks. I forgot how much I paid, but it wasn't cheap. But I had the whole band at that time, so we all pitched in together to raise the funds to
Right.
make the video. Now I'm by myself, so I got to pay it all by myself. So it's tough. So that's why I said back in the days I would have an album out because we all had chipped in. Now it's like I can only release a single a year because these things aren't cheap. Like you got to pay for crap. But yeah, so pretty much doing music videos got me into acting and all that, and then just again the Indiegogo stuff is just very trying that out for the first time. To work with Felissa Rose got me into acting as well, and then it just got natural to me. Like I'm not a shy person. I being performing live at a concert when I used to play shows. I wasn't nervous to be in front of a crowd and perform in front of them. So now I just have a camera and the crew looking at me. I'm like, this is a smaller crowd than what I perform. So this is nothing to me, honestly. So I was never shy about it. It's just my thing is I talk fast. So like they were telling me, you got to slow down a bit. I'm like, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But so that was things you learn throughout, different movies that you do. Like that once, you're doing movies as long as you have a good director, they kind of help teach you how to act, because they're giving you advice, they're giving you lessons and things like that. Like to give you tips on how you should deliver your performance and things like that. So you should have that already locked in when you're on set. But again, I didn't have that skills. I didn't go to school for all that. But other actors, that's why they get lead roles because they come in the set, they know how to act, they know what to do. But I have to thank, all the directors I've worked with, that guided me and, taught me what to do, how to do things, what not to do. So that helped me out a lot in the acting scenes, so you have to have a good director if you're gonna, I guess, build up your performance.
No, yeah, man, and a lot of it, like I had mentioned earlier too, man. It's like a on the job training, because I'm out there and
Yeah.
I'm learning while I'm working. I'm learning stuff, I'm picking up a lot of traits. Every director's different, man. Everybody brings their own little like tricks to the game, and I just kind of pay attention to all that. I mean, it's been a wonderful thing. I mean, I got other projects, indie projects in the works as well, and it's just I'm just looking forward to it, man. So it's like whatever gets thrown my way, and if I'm available and I want to do it, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's go. It's just
Yeah,
I'm trying to get more horror films, bro. I got like two finally coming up, but it's like I want to. Been doing a lot of drama and playing the cop, and which is cool, man. I love it. It's just I was just like, man, I want to be killed or kill somebody. Come on, give me a break. Give me something.
yeah,
But yeah, bro. But it's fun. I mean, like I said,
it
I don't know
is.
where this is gonna go, but it's just I'm gonna keep writing it till I can't no more, and as long as I keep having fun with it, I'm gonna keep going with it, man.
Yeah, and the hard thing about it is like you can think you're doing a great job acting, but you can't really see your playback. Like when you're filming, they're recording you, and then they can't like, let me see how that looked. You can't do that. You're wasting time. Everything's on a time schedule. So like I was very nervous, like with my first few movies, because I'm like, I don't know if I did good. They can obviously tell you, hey man, great job on set, you did really good, and like you go home, and then the movie comes out, and you look like an idiot. I'm like, oh dude, I could have done that better,
You
man.
don't come out at all, man. One of the two, man. Be
So
the worst.
again, I don't care what I look like. So like, but I've been on sets where like I've had divas like film their scenes, and they're like, wait a minute, I gotta see how I look. I'm like, oh my god, I want to go home. It's like shit.
Oh yeah,
But
you see, being a photographer, man, that was always the biggest thing. It's like, oh, dude, let me see the photo, and I'm like, bro, like, and I
yeah,
got people taking pictures, dude. Like, hold on,
you'd be
but
like, just trust me, god damn it, it's
yeah,
good.
if it's not good, I'll
But
crop you out. Don't worry about it. I'm like, get a video out of it. But yeah, bro,
yeah.
let me ask you, bro. I mean, of course, you said, I mean, everything does cost money, but I mean, are there other than videos? Are you looking to release anything? I mean, as far as like I mean, vinyl's been back for years. I mean, dropping a single, dropping a cassette format, anything like that?
In the future, I'm not sure how far into the future. I do want to release like an album with like all my tracks because everything's are singles, and
Yeah,
maybe even bring back my Dirty Suicide with a bonus tracks, which is my Dirty Freakin' Joe tracks, add them all to it. But I want to include like exclusive content with it,
yeah,
and obviously maybe I'll have a new single by the time that I'll release it with that album. So
yeah.
I do want to do that because I love physical copies,
Yeah,
So I love
same here.
physical copies. I love having the booklets. So we'll have some BTS footage on the booklets. I want to make like a little Blu-ray DVD with the bonus content, the making of the videos and all that kind of stuff. So I do have plans to like release something too. I never thought about making a vinyl, which would actually be pretty cool. But
Yeah,
if I
bro.
do that, I'll probably do like limited to 5 or 10 or something.
Yeah.
Because
No, and I was gonna say a lot of it. I mean, I would even go as far as putting an Indiegogo and putting people's faces like on the back of the album. You know what I mean? Like you can still do a lot with the
yeah,
cover back, the album, the insert. I mean, I would. I mean, just to make it happen. Hell yeah, dude. I
yeah, like
suppose.
special thank yous to them
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah. This is my first Indiegogo, so I'm trying this out for the first time. I've contributed to
Yeah.
Indiegogo. But this is my first time I'm ever actually creating one for me. So I'm testing it out. So far, it's been smooth sailing. Let's just see if the money comes to me, right? But yeah, we met our goal. So definitely, we're gonna. I'm getting the money, but I think we're gonna go in demand after the 30 days or
Yeah.
so. It's
Yeah.
30 days. After about 30 days, we're still gonna go in demand. So I'll probably create some more perks. Just raise extra funds. If I can possibly get enough content for BTS, I can make a little Blu-ray DVD of it or something like that. Possibly actually get the short into it, make a DVD into it too. So I still have some ideas, but right now I'm just running with this just to make the money to get this damn project done. It's happening in one way or the other. No matter what, this project's happening. But again, like if I can have more help to pay for it, even better. We can get more blood, more debts, and stuff like that for you guys. So definitely, if you guys can, check out my Indiegogo campaign for Mutant Fiends. Be a part of it. Reach out to me if you guys have questions. We shoot August 5th, man.
No,
I
no,
think
for
we're
sure,
shooting from
man.
like
And I was gonna ask you. I mean, you mentioned earlier it's gonna be a movie documentary, kind of like Thriller, man. So can we see you in a red jacket in there, red Michael Jackson Thriller jacket, or do we
you'll
gotta
see
wait
me
for a
in
video?
red, covered in blood.
Okay, there you go. Close enough,
Yeah,
man. Close enough.
yeah. There's gonna
Dude,
be a lot of blood. I got a lot of kills like laid out too, so I'm really excited about the kills. Like those that are paying for a perk to get killed, I'm gonna make sure I get like a really cool kill for them, and they're gonna get that really close up, their moment to shine. Like there'll be some other where I'll just like swing an axe at somebody, and that's gonna be like a quick kill out of the way. But I'm gonna make sure I give these people, these perk players, like really good kill scenes, so they're gonna be like that's gonna stand out.
no,
So.
yeah, yeah.
I want to make sure they're appreciated. I'm not just taking their money and like, oh, good, I got your money. I'm just gonna hit you in the head with a hammer. Like, no, dude.
Right.
Like,
Just a quick clip of your face, and that's it. Let's go, man.
yeah,
Next.
I'm gonna make sure everybody has some screen time. It's not just their death scenes. So I appreciate everybody that's contributed so far.
Right.
I don't want to mention too many names because then I'm gonna miss somebody, and then I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
feel bad. But
That's
you know who you are, and thank you guys very much.
no, no, for sure, man. And I'm rooting for you, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, you've been popping up on my feeds for months, bro. And I had no idea. I didn't follow you, man, when it came to social media, but you've been everywhere, man. So of course, it's a pleasure having you on here, man. And of course, I mean, other than the Indiegogo campaign, dude, is there anything you want to say, man, to people out there, bro?
Just thank you guys very much for everything you guys have done for me. I really thank everybody that's brought me into their world. Everybody I've met. Desert Fiends just released. It's on Blu-ray and DVD. You guys can stream it everywhere as well. We will be having a Desert Fiends booth in Days of the Dead, Las Vegas in January. So if you guys follow that, we will be there. We're trying to get in costume appearances too. So
Hey,
if you
bro.
guys love the mutants from that movie, you guys can get a picture with us in costume. So keep an eye out for that. But other than that, yeah, movies that have been coming out and are releasing little by little. I'm not in Cannibal Comedian, but I'm an associate producer, and I will tell you this much: out of all the films I'm like attached to, that's like the best one that I can say I'm like proud of being a part of. So I
Sweet.
really highly recommend everyone check out Cannibal Comedian. It's released by Scream Team Releasing. It's on Screambox
Yeah.
exclusive, so definitely check out Cannibal Comedian. That's a really great movie. But
Sweet.
other than that, I want to just thank everybody for all your help, contributions, support that's been there for me. I people that personally know me know I'm going through a dark time, but I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. So I thank everybody that's still there for me and helping me out with what I'm going through. But this is why I want this project to go smoothly as possible, because this is my baby, this is my project. It's going to happen no matter what, and I got friends and family that's going to be there to help me out. So thank
Sweet,
you
bro.
guys.
No, no, for sure, man. Well, I do thank you for jumping on here. Everybody out there, of course, make sure you follow the guy when it comes to projects, support indie film, indie music. I'm a big supporter of indie music as well. So, Dirty
Yeah.
Freakin' Go, my man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining me. Don't hang up yet. Everybody out there, of course, once again, Spider here, Coming Soon podcast. Till next time.